I ain't never had a daddy.
Yeah, you did.
I ain't never had a daddy.
No, you had a daddy.
I ain't never had one daddy.
He may have had a daddy, but he didn't know his daddy.
I didn't know my daddy's name. My daddy's name was Yandu.
We can't talk about Yandu again because we
Why
talked
not?
about
We
Yandu
talked
in the
about-
last episode.
Well, we were overlapping. It's like a fade in.
People were really excited about us talking about Yandu last time.
We got so much great feedback last week about all the Yandu stuff that we decided we got to bring it back.
You
Yeah, we
guys
said
got
let's-
fan mail about Yandu? I don't get.
Yeah, they said Yandu
Yeah.
it again.
Oops, Yandu it again.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Answer For It.
What is the answer for it?
It's a
What is this?
trivia,
What are we all doing?
bullshit, whatever.
Oh my
like we just
God,
kind of
don't
like
do it
goof
like
off.
that. Don't sell
on.
yourself
We
short.
bring people joy and knowledge.
Though the questions were a little bit too easy last episode.
Were they? I feel like
Uh-oh.
we didn't get any of them. We got two right. One was the wrestling one, and then the other one was a multiple choice.
Well, no, the
of
one
which
where they-
we all cast ballots on every option.
I got the one right about the not washing their clothes at all.
That's true.
Accidentally, though. You didn't know it.
No, I said it right away because in space or the higher up you go, the less you're able to taste and smell. So I was like, screw it.
But I think your answer was like, I don't know, maybe, probably, not like,
said
I
it
know
real
it.
quick.
There's
Let's
a
go to the
difference.
tape.
But you say everything real quick because you jump in to respond very quickly.
That's why you hired me.
Yeah.
What will be interesting if this podcast continues is seeing how the listeners respond to who they think is the smartest and who they think is getting the most.
I don't think it's fair to judge
It's
us.
not
for our
going to
intelligence.
be me, that's for sure.
Oh,
That's
now
what a
you're
smart guy
no,
would
Zach.
say.
You bring people joy.
I always feel like a big dum-dum after this podcast because even the ones we get right, I think, well, I didn't really know that for sure.
Yeah.
I should learn more so that between recordings, I know all the answers.
It's fun knowledge. It's not like how to fill out a check.
And then there's Mr. Delicious.
Mr. Delicious.
It's
Yeah.
delicious. And Yandu.
I was thinking Zach's pretty stupid for not knowing anything about Mr. Delicious. I just couldn't stop thinking that.
I like the idea of us building out our Avengers of the Answer For It universe, and it's
Yeah.
Mr. Delicious, Dr. Needleman.
Yeah. Yandu. Who actually it kind of makes sense there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already in the kind of the event. He's Avengers adjacent.
Yeah. I think we count him.
I'm Elyse Willems.
I'm James Willems.
I'm AJ Willems.
I'm Zach Anner. I'm not related to these other people.
We'll get you one day.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll bring you in.
Which fizzy soda holds the distinction
Pepsi.
Is that
of
correct?
being America's oldest major soda soft drink?
Oh,
Oldest major.
So think of what soda you drink and you go, damn,
Oh,
that
Surge.
tastes old.
It's Surge.
It's Surge.
No, sarsaparilla.
Well, major.
It's like a
soft
brand.
drink.
Major?
Like
Yeah.
the brand you're talking about.
Yeah,
right?
it's major. You see it at the Ralphs.
Well, we know
Yeah.
the like Coca-Cola's like, we used to put cocaine in our soda, but we didn't call it Coca-Cola. 'Twas something else that I can't recall.
Coke's pretty old.
Pretty old.
I'm going squirt.
Yeah. You know how George Washington used to be like, fetch me a squirt.
Yeah.
My teeth.
Fetch me, fetch me a warm squirt.
A warm
yeah.
squirt.
Refrigeration hadn't been invented.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you had looked at the bottom of that boat after it crossed the Delaware, it was just 100 discarded cans of squirt.
Yeah.
The only time I enjoyed a cold squirt was crossing that Delaware. 12 of our men froze to death, but boy, the squirt was exquisite.
No, it's not squirt.
Oh, then I don't care.
Think old.
I mean,
Old?
the oldest sounding name for a soda, in my opinion, in America is Dr. Pepper. It's a terrible name for a soda. Whether or not you like the soda, it doesn't matter. Nothing about it sounds like something you'd want to drink.
But it's got 23 flavors.
Does
That's
it?
not good.
I don't
Flavors of
know.
What?
Yeah.
Shit, piss.
Yeah, well, the flavor should be, we have one flavor, or is it 23 ingredients? I think it's 23 flavors.
I don't know. It's
I
like
feel
cherry,
that's
mean
Baskin
cherry.
Robbins.
You're thinking of KFC.
Well, but doesn't it say it's 23 somethings inside this can? Is it 23
Yeah.
ingredients?
It's got to be 23 ingredients.
Is that why Michael
3.
Jordan liked it so much?
Because there's
Number
23.
It's number 23.
Yeah.
A
Oh.
secret blend of 23 flavors. The company has not
See?
confirmed the exact combination, but some possible flavors include almond, cherry, caramel, and orange. Blech. I don't like Dr. Pepper. I only tried it for the first time as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it tastes like river water.
River
water.
Wow. What
That's-
river did you grow up
Like-
on?
That's Joaquin's
Elyse?
brother.
If you've ever fallen into a creek with your mouth open, that's what Dr. Pepper tastes like.
How often were you doing that?
What fizzy rivers have you been going to?
Oh, Fizzy River, my
she-
favorite brand of soft drink.
Elyse grew up downstream of Wonka's chocolate factory.
Yeah.
But like all the runoff
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that they didn't want to produce.
That poor child, she's always falling mouth first, mouth open into that creek. Something ain't right with her.
That's how they would test the flavors is at night they'd run them off into the creek and then a creature would come out of the woods,
A blonde creature
And
with glasses.
hold its mouth open.
Yeah, clutching a dirty Goosebumps book. She seems to approve. She's still at the riverbed, mouth agape.
She's scrambling.
She's howling and scrambling. Put another 20 flavors in there. See what she think. Oh, now she real happy. Call the doctor up. It's a hit.
It was Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
The answer is Dr. Pepper.
Was it
was?
Dr. Pepper?
Oh yeah, Dr. Pepper sounds old as hell.
Yeah.
It's
That's what I
funny because
thought.
I was going to say Alka-Seltzer because Alka-Seltzer feels like something that you could potentially be it's a soda kind of. It's a fizzy thing that they would make you take for like, want to thin out your blood? Wife got too many thoughts? Take some Alka-Seltzer. The oldest soda in the West.
Well, it was created in the 1880s by a pharmacist.
When was Alka-Seltzer created?
Probably in the
Can I-
1880s by
can
a
I-
pharmacist.
Can I take a shot of the dark of what the pharmacist's name was?
Please.
Dr. Pepper.
Charles Alderton.
Oh my God, you
what
idiot.
a whiff.
How dare you? Did Dr. Pepper sound more appealing?
Well,
Is that what we
it would be
think?
like if you created a soda and named it Dr. Needleman.
Well, then I wouldn't. I'd call it Dr. Locassio's 23 Flavors of Love.
I've always felt like Dr. Pepper is like the candy-ified, nothing natural about it version of root beer. But I also don't like root beer. But I have found that sarsaparilla really hits the spot for me. That's like halfway between Dr. Pepper and root beer.
You don't really know who you are soda-wise. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, we've learned there's a theme. Yeah, what is your favorite soda, James?
Water. That's
Yeah,
his
you
favorite
do love
soda.
No,
protein.
I like soda, but I'm not addicted to soda like some people are. I just had a Sprite Chill from Zach's fridge.
Fantastic.
And it was good. Zach gave me one a long time ago when we got together. I watched Interview at the Vampire Hunter Boys Night. And I said, that's
Boys'
really
night.
good. But as a calorie counting maniac, I noticed it had like 180 calories. And I was like, well, I'm not probably going to drink 180 calories. So then I found out that they have a diet Sprite Chill. So I got some of those and I was like, oh, this is fine. And then Zach tried it and was like, this is horse piss. And I can't believe you're putting it in your body.
What are you like? Why are you going for soda if you're going to go for soda that tastes awful?
But
Just
I didn't-
drink your normal water with electrolytes.
Because I didn't notice the difference. So that's where my soda
What?
discerning flavor is really. I like Diet Coke, I guess. I mean, I also like regular Coke. The people that go like, have you ever had Mexican Coke? It's real sugar cane. I go, I don't taste the difference at
I
all.
don't taste the difference.
At
That is
all.
it's got a neater bottle and a neater label. So it's got like the weird American label over the thing.
I taste more difference in soda if it's in a red pizza parlor cup, a glass bottle, a
Yeah.
can, or crushed ice or cubed ice, more than if you change any of the actual contents
I
of the
agree
glass.
with that.
You know,
I'm
it
a cream
gives-
soda
gives
guy.
me hives when I see it.
Oh, what?
When you're filling your cup at AMC in their self-service machine, and as the liquid's coming out, you can see the water that's part of the mixture for the soda with the syrup.
Oh, when it's got the,
I don't
you
want
let it run for a second.
I don't want to know that there's water in that.
No,
You
should
let it
be
run into the trough.
Pure syrup.
Should be
That's what we
100% syrup.
I worked at a movie theater and I used to have to load those machines. That also might have something to do
Yeah,
on
that'll
my
turn you
psyche
off.
when you basically have a big box that's filled with this sloshing brown syrup and then you hook a tube up to it, you lock off the tube and then you just see it like slurp this syrup up into like a series of tubes.
I've also done this.
It-
It's like a clear bladder of colloidal or something.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It turns you off soda real quick.
Yeah.
but
That's what my veins
I
look
don't
like.
think it would turn me off soda.
maybe not you,
I
Zach.
think I'd still like to have some of that slurp.
Yeah, you're like,
We'll
how
buy
can
you
I
a
get
pure
that syrup?
a pure bag of slurp.
In the Marvel Comics universe, there are several theories that suggest there was a second shooter who helped assassinate President John F. Kennedy.
Oh,
God.
okay. Yes, go on.
Which of these is not one of those theories?
Oh.
That's in Marvel's
Okay.
canon. A. When JFK was resurrected as a zombie, he told Deadpool in his dying breath that the shot came from in the car. leading Deadpool to believe that Jackie Kennedy was the second shooter. B. Magneto used his powers to change the trajectory of the bullet to kill JFK, while he himself stated he tried to stop the bullet, claiming JFK was a mutant. C. In an alternate reality, John F. Kennedy was an ape who served as president of the United Simians of America until he was assassinated at the hands of Baron Blood, a vampire who posed as Captain America. D. Daredevil villain Vincent Vinny Patilio, aka Leapfrog, engineered a defensive spring-based mechanism for JFK's 1961 Lincoln Continental presidential limousine to be activated in situations of perceived threat. When the mechanism's sensors failed and JFK was shot, Patilio became a public pariah and turned to a life of crime.
Wow. I do think the second one's a real theory. The
Hey,
Magneto
Well, three of
thing.
them are. Three of them are.
Yeah, 3 of
Oh
them
wait,
are
you think
real.
you mean like a real theory in our world?
Yeah, I think Magneto actually tried to stop JFK's assassination, but biffed it.
You know him as Eric Lenshaw.
Yeah, exactly.
So you listened to Rob Reiner's podcast about the JFK.
Yeah, and that was one. When Magneto actually.
Yeah.
That's my Rob Reiner impression.
Yeah. So the four of them were JFK resurrected as a zombie. Jackie Kennedy was second shooter. B. Magneto involved. C. President of the United Simians of America. He was an ape in an alternate reality, assassinated at the hands of Baron Blood. And then D. Leapfrog from Daredevil. He made a mechanism for the car that failed, and then JFK was shot.
This is an insane question.
I thought you were going to be like, the Punisher.
Yeah, I thought that too.
When you said
Spider-Man.
there's someone else is there. The Punisher was there.
You guys like comics?
I'm going to say A because A feels so.
You don't think Jackie was in on it? Second shooter?
Well, Deadpool, right? Feels very topical. I don't know, man. Actually, you know what? I have no idea. Then the simian thing sounds like something you would say. I'm basing it on your psyche.
Okay.
Not Marvel's.
I would say the Deadpool thing sounds very Deadpool. If that isn't something that's happened in a Deadpool comic, it will.
Yeah, we've manifested it.
But the simian thing, something about simians always cues DC more than it does
Marvel.
I feel like for some reason the DC universe is there's something to these apes.
They do
more than Marvel is.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Gorilla Grog and
yeah.
stuff like that. They're like, these apes, they are definitely the villains that people love to root against.
The one with Baron Blood, I thought for sure was Elyse. This is an
ape
Elyse.
one.
That's the ape one.
Okay. And then when you started doing the Baron Blood thing, I was like, it's too deep. She's too good at this.
It goes miles.
It goes so long. And then the one with the contraption, the last one, I'm like,
yeah,
that's insanity. Zach, I'm lost. What do you think?
I think that I just have trouble imagining that an ape is still called John F. Kennedy. And so that's what I'm basing my guess on. I don't think that sounds real.
Okay.
That came from a rich family, like a dynasty of apes. I just can't.
Kingdom.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think he was named Baron Blood before he became a vampire?
I mean, probably.
Yes. In the Marvel universe,
Yeah.
Dr. Needleman would be a villain.
Become a needle?
He would
man?
become a needle man. He'd have little needle fingers like the Scarecrow.
That's what's great about mutations is that they go to your already established surname.
Oh,
Freddy Krueger had needle fingers in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. One of the best.
That's when he was Freddie
My
Needleman.
favorite one.
It's the best. We should
Cool.
watch
You
it.
turned into Greg Turkington just then when you said
I don't know who that is.
Well, Freddy Krueger.
We need an answer for this question.
Can I tap out of this one? They all seem so reasonably insane that my brain is jumbled with. I mean, even the Magneto one sounds like something I've heard, but that also might be an Elyse Willems
Do you
original.
think Marvel will give me a job from this?
So are we saying Marvel Universe as in the... No, also. Are we saying... Are we saying that... is it movies as well? Are movies included in this?
It's comics.
Anything.
It's Marvel Comics.
Okay, because I
universe,
feel like at some point in one of the X-Men movies, Magneto was like, the JFK thing. I kind of had a hand in that.
Is that what you feel?
Didn't they have that
wasn't that in Days of Future Past?
Yeah, I feel like he was just like, whoopsie.
Also, if Magneto is trying to move one bullet and can't, that just makes that whole power useless. Just couldn't get one bullet out of the way. What an idiot.
Yeah, well, so just to clarify that, Magneto did use his powers to change the trajectory of the bullet to kill JFK, while he himself stated he tried to stop the bullet, claiming JFK was a mutant.
I'm going to go with monkeys.
Okay, you're going C for
I'm going
the
monkeys.
alternate
I'm all
reality.
in. Who's all in on monkeys?
No, I'm gonna.
He was an
going
ape.
monkeys.
I think I'm gonna spread the vote, and I'm gonna go A, Deadpool,
Wow.
because it feels totally reasonable. But somehow,
Wait, you think Deadpool's the fake one?
I think Deadpool's the fake one. I think it's ridiculous, but somehow like the least ridiculous. Somehow the Deadpool option is the least ridiculous out of all
We'll
of these.
see how well you know your wife.
What are you?
Yeah, this is
What are
true.
you going for, Zach?
I'm going for monkeys.
Monkeys.
Okay, monkey. So AJ and Zach for monkeys. The correct answer is D. Daredevil villain Vincent
Wow.
Vinny Patilio, aka Leapfrog, engineered a defensive spring mechanism for JFK's limousine to be activated in situations of perceived threat when the mechanism sensors failed and JFK was shot.
So you made
Hold
this
on.
up?
So you made that up?
Yeah, Marvel, call me. What
Wow.
an idea.
Maybe you should get a job. Vince, although
But
the
I only-
name Vincent Patilio,
No, that's real. He
I
was
know.
Leapfrog's a real guy.
but hearing that name felt like something that you would find funny.
Hey, Vinny
Here.
Patilio.
Yeah, like that was also, each one of these had something I thought you would find funny, which is what made this so hard.
The Jackie Kennedy as the second shooter is very
It's
funny to
very
me.
funny.
The alternate reality where he's president of the United Simians is hilarious, and he's killed by a vampire is hilarious. Like Marvel is just jokes after jokes, goofs after goofs.
Well, it's called quotas.
yeah. And then you were right. Like the Magneto thing is Days of Future Past, I think.
Is
Okay,
it? Okay.
yeah. Because I
Yeah.
feel like I remember him being like, by the way.
I was there.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
when he goes on his like breaks away, right? Because isn't this
It's in a montage.
This is yeah, it's in a montage, right before he and Charles get together. I don't remember.
It's been a while. I want to rewatch that movie. I remember liking it a lot.
It's from Days of Future Past, not First Class, so that would be after. That's when he's a bad guy.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Next question.
Why do barbers often have red, white, and blue poles in front of their shops?
I know the answer.
Got him. I did know the
Got
answer
him.
at some point, and it has escaped me. I want to
It's-
say it has something to do with the plague.
I know the,
but-
I know
Definitely
the
one of those
answer to
things.
this.
Okay.
Zach,
But-
any inklings?
I knew the answer as well.
Okay, so you all knew the answer, but now you
Yeah.
just magically don't
I
know. it
don't know
somehow
the
anymore.
answer now. Well, I went to a different barber shop that didn't have that, and I would have asked, but then they didn't have it.
Excuse me, sir. Just in case this comes up in a trivia podcast later, can you explain?
Does it have something to do with blood? Is something to do with a sheet or a towel and blood, and they would like air something out, and that was the genesis of this?
You're getting there, kind of. James, you said you knew.
I do know the answer, but I won't spoil their fun, and I'll try and think of some sort of funny answer.
Oh, you don't have
There
to. You
we
can spare
go.
us your wit for once.
The James Williams fastball
It's
special.
yeah.
It's because barbers used to incentivize business, give out candy canes as like a post haircut treat.
Really?
And candy canes used to have more colors on them. And so it was basically like, you can come in and get a free candy cane.
Is that your joke answer?
That's my joke answer.
Oh, that's
okay.
not funny at all.
No, it seems
'Cause, like,
very
It's
plausible.
sad. I
No,
want
it's sad.
a haircut candy.
Yeah, I do too.
You-
Although that's one of the worst ones you can get after
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
you just
hair,
stick.
you get hair on
A
your
hair
cane.
cane.
Do you want my real answer?
Sure.
My real answer is that barbers, I believe, used to perform surgery
Yes.
as well. Like if you like fell off a horse, take me to the barber. he'd give you a nice fade and then
Yeah.
also
Remove a bullet.
reset your leg. But
Yeah.
not all barbers knew everything, and so the colors, I believe, represented the different things that they knew how to do. Right?
I know how to reset your leg, and I also know how to give you frosted tips.
Exactly. Yeah.
What
I can
colors would
bleach.
those be? Would it all be red
Well,
and
wasn't
white?
like black? Wasn't black a color of I can perform like more important surgeries? And so it started that you would have different poles of different barbers in town that would be like, oh, this guy's the guy who goes to when your leg needs to be reset. But only this guy knows how to like drain blood out of your skull or
Oh my
something like
God.
that.
I mean, you're absolutely right on the fact that they were surgeons in the Middle
Mhm.
Ages and they would do medical procedures. And it used to be that monks did them, but then that changed under Pope Alexander. So barbers became these physicians. They would pull teeth, they'd set bones, they'd treat wounds. And like you said, the color is linked to things like bloodletting with
Mhm.
red, bandages with white. People are kind of mixed on the pole itself because they're like, oh, it might be the stick a patient squeezed to make the veins in their arms stand out.
Ugh.
Or it might be the stick that they gripped
Gross.
because they were clutching it for pain.
Mm-hmm.
Or that the blue was symbolic of the veins in the bloodletting.
Everything-
Saying veins so
Yeah.
much, Elyse.
I know. Or the
Saying
green
it
is
so much.
the veins.
Barber.
The veins, the movies. What a weird thing to carry over, to be like, we'll just put one of these outside of every barber.
Well-
So every barber does bandages and blood. Is that what we're implying now? I
That
don't
would
like
be a
it.
cool barbershop name, Bandages and Blood.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Which one represents that they could do a haircut? Because I bet you that the place that I just went last week didn't have that color.
Just a brown rotating pole. Yeah.
Well, now I know something I already did.
Yeah. When are you going to give us your funny answer?
Oh
I
my
did.
God.
Okay, I did.
All right.
You did. Candy canes all year.
Next
That
time I'll
sounded
just
so
ruins
serious.
everyone's fun from the
Harry
top.
candy canes all year.
Extreme ironing was invented in 1997 in England by resident Phil Shaw in his back garden. Shaw came home from what he recalls as a hard day working at the knitwear factory. He had a number of chores to do, including ironing. So he decided to combine ironing with one of his favorite sports into a new extreme sport. What was that sport that Phil first combined?
What year was this?
1997.
You combined a sport with ironing?
To create a whole new sport called extreme ironing.
Boxing.
So he had iron strapped to his
His
fists,
fists.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then he was punching somebody.
Yeah, that's why Iron
with-
Mike Tyson would be. That's what that came from.
Wait, was that his nickname?
I don't know. Wasn't it Iron Mike Tyson? Wasn't that what they
Yeah.
called him?
Yeah. Mike.
That's what that
This
started.
guy was ironing Mike Tyson.
Yeah, because
Oh,
he
okay.
misunderstood and he thought I can do that.
That's
I can do
Australian.
that. Push him on. Push it. I'm down
This is-
under. I'm tired, man.
This is something the guy did in his backyard, right? He said he was in his backyard and he would iron in his backyard,
Yeah.
and then he realized,
Well,
oh wait, I could do something else.
Yeah, I mean, he might have had the idea in his backyard, or he might have been able to do it in his backyard, but it's unclear. I don't know what his topography was like back there.
Okay.
I'm going swimming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hot and
Like
Cool.
he's got an above ground pool. He's like, man, I gotta get these clothes dry. Maybe I could do swimming.
And the iron,
and
plugged
iron
in.
at the same time. And it's not a sport that lasted very long. Tried it once, died.
I want to say like roller blade, or not blading, but like roller skating, maybe.
But they're tethered, right? Can't they be tethered? Or are these all battery charged?
It's in the center. There's one iron plugged into a center pillar. The circumference of that is a bunch of wrinkly clothes.
I mean, I suppose you
It's
could
like the
have,
Hunger Games.
you could
They
have
have
an
to run to
iron
the-
connected to a battery pack.
Well, yeah, but not in this scenario.
Oh.
It's attached to a cord that runs the radius of the of the circle, and then he goes along.
Like bocce ball?
Yeah, like bocce ball, and then he skates in a sphere shape around until they're all wrinkle free.
No.
This
No?
is hard. Okay, you got an iron and you got a sport. What's a sport? I can't. It's got to be something that's semi-stationary.
Well,
No,
it wasn't a
doesn't.
sport
It's not.
necessarily, right? It was
Okay.
just some sort of other element was added to ironing to make it extreme ironing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did we need another element?
no.
I wasn't ironing fine on its own.
But this is
bored.
Yeah, this is not the time to litigate the sport.
No, especially because in 2002 there were the inaugural World Extreme Ironing Championships, which I'll show you guys
okay,
a
so
clip
it's still
from
going.
in a minute.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, are we thinking weight? Did he add weight to his irons?
The irons are heavy enough already. They're irons.
I know. He could be Mr. Iron.
I think we need to start thinking
Pumping
like,
irons.
Yeah, pumping
Right?
irons. There you go, James. We got you back.
No,
You
I don't
interested
think
again?
so. I don't know. You just added a word. I don't know what it means.
You-
I think
love pumping.
Oh, you do. You're squatting with barbells, but you're doing it with two irons on it instead of weights. You got irons on, and then you put your clothes on either side. You're
So
doing
then
a
every
double
time you
ironing.
squat, you
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
a
you
little
press
bit.
them.
And if this isn't it, I feel like maybe we try it and see if we've got another iteration of the sport.
I just feel like it makes both ironing and weightlifting worse. And this sounds like it makes ironing better.
Phil does seem like he was deeply unhappy with his life.
Oh, clearly.
Oh, wait, did he go to racks a lot? I'm stumped. I mean, I can't think of anything. Luge?
Yeah, that's
because actually that would be pretty
It's
useful.
something like that.
You
I
put some
feel like it's
irons and a bunch of line of clothes, a line of shirts.
I'll tell
moon
you,
shoes.
Okay.
it was rock climbing. But
I never would have gotten there.
Oh.
Ever.
since then, extreme ironing has come to encompass all kinds of hybrid sports with ironing, like canoeing or skiing or cycling, parachuting, bungee jumping, doing all kinds of. I have a video I can
Wait.
show you all.
So the logistics, I thought this was something you had to do the sport while you were ironing. So you let's say you're skiing, you stop and then you iron.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Oh, so
So this is like
a relay race.
But like in the case of rock climbing, I guess you climb up and then, and then you go to the next one.
Are these dirty cliffs? Like you're
my gosh.
It's like American Gladiators.
Wow.
I don't know that I would describe any of this as extreme, what I'm seeing. That may be. No, again,
Okay,
I
so
don't.
what we're
That's just
looking
someone
at-
hanging upside down from a
rock climbing wall.
a rock wall, and they're ironing poorly.
How? Yeah, he's ironing really bad. Do they judge them on the quality of the ironing?
There's another word we could use to describe this sport, and it's boredom.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot of
They're on
other
a
things.
motorbike.
Oh, look at that. That guy's on a hoppity horse. He's on a little ball and he's going to iron. Does he have to maintain the hop? Yeah, I guess he does. He's got a little British
right.
flag. He's
I'm
got
the
Union
only
Jack.
one who's genuinely impressed by extreme ironing.
It's very British.
I've never ironed, and I've never done a sport.
Extreme? You
My
are often extreme, though. You're an extremist, they
I
say.
am pretty extreme,
Yeah.
though. Just in my heart, though,
Well-
not in my...
Maybe bonus points.
In your
then.
activity.
You might have this, Zach, because
Okay.
you've got the will here.
Yeah.
Bonus points if you can guess what Phil's nickname is on the extreme ironing scene.
Iron Phil. I mean,
No.
it's right there.
I think it's going to be...
It's pretty cool. It's pretty badass.
Is it Starchy Phil? Phil the Starch?
It's one word.
Wrinkle free.
It's one word and it doesn't involve Phil.
Wrinkle free Phil. It's one
three
word,
words.
though. Wrinkle free Phil.
Is it...
Final answer.
James, any thoughts?
the Steaminator.
You're so
Ooh,
close.
Really?
Steam
Yeah.
train.
Is it something with steam?
It's just steam.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, I feel like you got it.
My mates call me steam.
Steam.
Call me
Hey,
steam.
Steam.
Be
Like
steam.
what you're doing out there.
Rewatched Waterworld recently. Not
Out James?
without James. Not
I've
the
never
stunt
seen
show, but the movie based on the
I
stunt
can't
show.
believe you did that.
Well, I was in a hotel in North
What?
Carolina, and I was thinking,
There was a
I
gun
miss
to his
James.
head.
Yeah.
It was his gun.
That's true. And then I found the Bible in my drawer, and I
Yeah.
thought, not today, North
And
Carolina.
inside that Bible was a copy of Waterworld.
of Waterworld on
It's
VHS.
Hollowed out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, what else have you got for us, Elyse?
I've got so much for
Oh,
you.
she
Let's
aged 90
see.
years when I asked
Here
her.
we go. On October 31st, 2024, Google Trends updated its Frightgeist microsite with data for the 2024 Halloween season, comparing the most Googled costume ideas. At number 12 on their list of most popular and searched for costumes was this red-faced, highly emotional character whose short fuse might blow at any second. Who was it?
Is it the anger guy from Inside
it's
Out?
Harley
Oh my God,
Quinn.
it's exactly the anger guy from Inside Out. Damn it, these questions are too
I mean, you
easy.
kind of described
You just
it.
described
I
him.
I was like, you started talking, and I imagined like Harley
Yeah.
Quinn, the Joker,
Yep,
and then
same.
as it went on, in my mind's image just morphed into
think
anger.
I'm
Yeah.
underestimating you.
What's that genie app that you can use where it's like you guess it?
Oh yeah, the character.
Inquisitor or something
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
type in a character and it just narrows it down. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you mean Wolf from 10th Kingdom? It's
So-
like, how did you get that?
So anger was the most popular Halloween costume of
The
2024.
12th popular?
No, it was the
But even that seems way
it
too
should be on
high.
any
Very
list.
strange.
Among these 25 search results, 5 of them were Inside Out characters
Okay.
from Inside Out
I
2.
understand most of
emotions.
it, but he's shaped like a thumb. Like
Yeah, they
he's
can't
just
look good.
Yeah, you're not going to look great as that character.
Maybe it's a family costume thing.
And
where,
Dad would
the
always be
dad
the
is
angry.
'cause,
He's
you
always
know,
angry.
Or you
Gender
put a
roles.
little toddler in that. That would be
Well,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
cute.
yeah.
I don't like the idea of Dad being anger though, where it implies a lot about the family
Yeah.
dynamic. Dad's always upset. Always
Mhm.
comes home and goes, "Where's my dinner?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a riddle?
Okay.
Sure.
When you have me, you immediately feel like sharing me. But if you do share me, you do not have me. What am I?
STDs.
You immediately feel like sharing that.
Yeah. Or the ring. You
It's
have
not how
the ring.
STDs yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not an it follows situation where you pass it to someone else and then you don't have it anymore.
That's how STDs work. That's what they told me in school. Once you give it to someone, there's only one and you
Well,
pass it
but
around.
It follows rules. It means if something happens to that person, it comes back to you. You only just create more people in the queue behind you.
I think it's the ring. So when you make someone else watch it,
Can you read it again, please?
When you have me, you immediately feel like sharing me. But if you do share me, you do not have me.
a secret.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a secret.
Well,
AJ
you're
came here.
welcome.
Oh, I'm gonna be so tired.
I'm so sleepy.
But you're getting all these
but he just
answers.
wants to get through these
I was
podcasts.
say, in AJ's defense, he's not vamping to make comedy. He's like, next question, let's go.
Next question, let's go. Hey, I came up with 2 fake answers, the ring and STDs. What'd you all come up with?
I didn't even hear the riddle.
Well, you weren't thinking on AJ's level. I'm on Florida time right now.
That's why he's answering them first because he's ahead of us.
I'm ahead of you
Just so
by
you know,
3
I was saying,
hours.
Florida time doesn't mean what you think it means. It
No.
generally means you're behind everyone
It's
else.
like hammer time.
We love our Florida listeners.
Love Florida. If I
No
could
one
move
from
to
Florida
Florida, I
listens to this.
would. But I hear the Gators, they're real vicious.
You can move to Florida. Here's the thing.
Can I?
You can move to Florida.
Yes.
All expenses paid.
Mhm.
But it's the panhandle. Do you move?
Is that in Disney property?
No.
Then no.
All right.
Can
there you
I
go.
be in Celebration or wherever Disney owns? I want a hidden Mickey everywhere I look.
No.
Our
There's a
stove
hidden
had a
AJ,
hidden-
which is you
Oh.
with no underwear left because you've buried it all along the property.
Yeah,
It's a reference to our last episode.
That's how I hide my gold. I gotta hide my goods.
God forbid if something happened to AJ, he was abducted, he went missing,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to track him down. We had to help authorities
Yeah.
by saying to them, well, he likes to leave old underwear and socks.
When he's
It's a-
Or
traveling.
when he's traveling.
It's a globe with pins in it
Yeah.
from
What-
where we
Well,
found
this would imply I have a
ragged underwear.
suitcase with me.
The
usually.
chief from Carmen Sandiego comes on. Listen up, gumshoes. his jockeys were spotted in Boca Raton.
Look for the holy underwear.
Yeah.
Lots of holes.
What is your preferred brand? So in case you're abducted,
Hmm.
we know what to look for.
Victoria's Secret.
Because I would
Yeah.
imagine in Florida, there's a lot of underwear
Yeah,
just
'cause
floating around.
I'd hate
Yeah.
for us to pick up a brown herring thinking they were yours.
Brown herring, a stain herring. I think just I can look.
Let's check it out right
Looking
now.
right now.
For all our
I think-
listeners,
I'm
he's
wearing
digging
special
around in his
underwear.
pants.
Okay, these are Hanes, but they're the ones that have the little. They hold you in. They
It's
hold you
Hanes
real
with
tight.
a Z on the end.
It's the
Yeah.
one with the sheath.
It's got a sheath, so it keeps
So
you.
you
Oh, no,
can-
no, not that, not that. It's not like a no, not like a. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this.
Here's another question, and I'm going to take back a detail from it to hopefully make it a little bit more difficult.
Great.
Anger from inside out.
A tatty booty, a blencher, a potato boggle, a flay crake, a shaw fowl, and a galley crow are all old-timey terms to describe what?
Oh, they all describe the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Huh? Hmm.
Goodness.
A tatty booty, a blencher, a potato boggle, a flay crake, a shaw fowl, and a galley crow.
Potato
Oh, man.
boggle. I want to say a racket.
Like a badminton racket
Yeah, like
or
a
a tennis
badminton
racket.
racket. Because it feels like something that'd be like, oh, the flippity jibby.
Yeah, yo-ho there.
Yeah.
Meet me on the squash court.
That's definitely something that this is a Britishism, right? I'm assuming where they're just like,
Yeah, I guess most of them would have been like
Sounds
in
like
the UK. I mean, they're
pirates.
all, 18th, 17th century stuff.
okay.
that you would
Wait, they can't
describe
just
these
call a
things.
thing what it is, huh? Like a shuttlecock
Yeah.
is a really intense name for what that thing actually is.
Two of these, in my mind, get a little bit more specific about what it's for.
Mm.
And those
Oh.
two are a shaw fowl and a galley crow.
These are all just words for snow, aren't they?
Yeah.
So does it have something to do with birds?
Yeah.
Is it like a seagull, like a specific kind of like, oh, there's one of them shanty fowls.
No.
There's this old Chanticleer, the spibbity jibs.
I was going to say child labor camp.
Oh yeah, they love giving those cute names, so it's
the,
less.
The potato bottle. we lost 5 in the potato bottle last month.
The potato boggle of 1874.
We've got 12 kids we can't afford. We've got to drop all over off at the tatty booty.
Yeah. Oh, the old cute potato boggle.
What about just a bird feeder? How about that?
Mm.
Cage, a type of bird cage.
No, but you're on the right track with
There's-
like
On the right
the
track.
bird.
There's so many
Connection.
names that it must be something they had to refer to so often that they had to come up with lots of different names. So it must be a
Mm.
common object that they're like, well, I got to keep referring to this as something new.
Think of
Mm.
professions people were doing back then.
Fashions with birds?
Magicians. Different name for pockets where you would hide doves on your person while you're doing magic.
For the
Yeah.
prestige.
This is in my
Yeah,
bubbly
yeah.
cock and my tippity top.
Yeah,
All different names.
I gotta weigh up my teddy booty right now.
For James's birthday, I want to get him a magician's suit jacket that has all kinds of pockets sewn into it for all the animal magic he wants to do.
Would it
But
come
all-
with some birds?
All I want is that one cage that crushes the bird.
We can do
I
that.
just stand up on stage, I show everybody. and I like hold it up, and I like show them, and they're like, ha.
People go, what's the trick? And I'm like, that was it.
I crushed a bird.
I killed a bird.
Did you see how well it crushed
Everyone's
it?
here
It's horrible. I hate
has
it.
seen The Prestige, right?
Yes, that was the part that upset me the most in that
Yeah.
whole
Oh,
movie.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh no, he killed the bird. It's like, that's magic, kids.
What a good movie, though. What a great movie.
Except the part where Hugh Jackman has just like a weird drunk twin at a bar.
I think
I think
Spoilers.
it's great,
I love The Prestige, but I do have an issue with it.
which is
The whole thing is it's about magic isn't necessarily magic. It's just about the commitment. Like you can never presume how committed someone might be
To the
to
bit.
doing a thing, right? Essentially to present it as otherworldly or paranormal. But then one of them does have a machine that
makes it
Nikola
glow.
Tesla built that creates an exact duplicate of himself. And I'm like, well, that's pretty magical. That doesn't count as magic? That's like way magical.
to me the fact that he goes to those lengths because he can't quite fathom
Yeah.
how Christian Bale's character could be doing this, but then ultimately it's just that Christian Bale and his twin lived and breathed this.
For
Like
sure.
they made it their lives.
I get it.
It's just
I get the point,
So
and
good.
that's why I still love it. But
Yeah.
there's every time I watch it, I go, okay, but that is magical. Like that's like being like if he found a wand that did something.
And I just didn't understand why the one Christian Bale brother couldn't be a little nicer to the wife.
Oh yeah, that's
because
true.
he was in love with the other
Sarah.
one, right?
yeah,
That's all
but
I
he was
remember
still
from that
being
movie.
really mean. It's like he's so committed to this bit, but
Yeah.
he can't stand her.
You can't be nice to your sister-in-law?
Well, but did he have to like hook up with her and stuff?
Oh no! Oh
'Cause maybe-
no! He goes, I
mean-
have to bang my brother's wife tonight.
That
That's what he
may
would
be
say.
for him as a, well, I'm going to try to make her not really interested in me. On
Also,
these
wasn't her
dates.
name Sarah? Because it's the only part I remember from the trailer. It was Sarah, shoot me. It's the only thing I remember from that movie, really. Other than Hugh Jackman with like fake teeth as the brother or whatever. He's just like, I'm a drunkard. I am.
It's not a brother. He's just a random.
Just a rando.
Yeah.
Okay. Wouldn't
Maybe-
that be nice? Because you imagine just being like, I'm a magician. I need to find. And then you see someone that looks exactly like you, but like with something a little off. How great would that be? I would just love to see that in the wild in general. I want to meet someone that looks like me and go, oh my God, do you want to do a show together?
Be a stunt double.
Be my stunt double.
No,
And
I
they'd be
mean,
like,
you would be the stunt
oh, I would be a
Yeah,
stunt
yeah,
double.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
of course.
stunt double.
100%.
No, please.
Shoot me out of a cannon.
Please.
I would have a real prestige situation going on because my double would have to develop and live with CP somehow.
I'm going to bring this back. I have no idea what the answer is.
It has something to do with magic.
Shall I give you a clue that's more
Give us a
specific?
clue.
Yes, please.
It's a farming accessory.
Oh.
Farming.
Oh,
Oh,
a
something.
scarecrow?
It's a scarecrow.
Oh, okay.
Great
Yeah.
job.
So the next time you're in a field and you see a teddy booty or a blencher,
What's
That's
the?
a
You said
scarecrow.
two were like more specific than others. What
I
were
just
those?
assume that Shaw fowl because it has fowl in it, and galley crow because it says crow.
Oh,
Like
These
the
are-
others to me don't say bird in them.
gotcha.
What was the word that you didn't want to give us?
I didn't want to say that it was a farming.
Oh,
My
okay.
original question had farming.
I thought there was
accessory.
one extra one that was like a scaredy crow.
Oh, yeah.
There's something very close.
Crow scare you good.
Yeah. A spooky man. Anyway, hit us with another one. Wheezy.
It's an unspoken rule of royal fashion that pearls are considered daytime accessories, whereas what is typically worn after 6 p.m.
Diamonds.
Mm.
Diamonds.
It
are
is
the-
diamonds.
The
Is it- is that the correct
I was gonna say the
answer?
That's
bruises of
correct.
my
Literally the
father.
only other gem jewel thing I could think of.
It is diamonds.
Okay.
okay,
That's
well.
the way they catch the light.
Well, that was fun.
Either my questions are just getting too easy or you guys are getting too smart.
Well,
I-
that one was easy.
There was only so many answers I could
Yeah.
have tossed out there.
What could you wear after that's the opposite of pearls is diamonds? Also because of
You
Bruce
could wear
Wayne's parents.
clams.
Oh wait,
Yeah, clamshells on the bosoms.
it's usually what I wear to
Have
keep
you ever
myself.
seen the Queen Elizabeth wear clamshells on the bosoms?
Did
I've
she?
never seen Queen Elizabeth.
Coming down the halls of Windsor, you could smell her from a mile away.
She liked to keep the meat in the clams. That was her thing. It's how they stayed adhered to her.
She loved Spam. I don't care for Spam.
I think I've only had it once, and I was a little freaked out by it. I was like, "Where's?" It doesn't quite
like
work
it.
as a food.
What does the SPA stand for?
Spiced ham.
Oh.
There's your trivia.
Wow,
Does that
Elyse,
count as a question?
we've run you into the ground.
I'm
Yeah.
so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed of how I've been collecting questions and they're really just not hitting.
What do you mean they're not hitting?
You said that you were up all last night getting these questions together. Did you actually sleep, Annie? Is that
this-
what you did?
Is
Did
this
you
all a
sleep?
dream? Am I not really here making trivia questions?
Well, we're not supposed to not know the answer to all of them. Some of the stuff we should.
Sometimes we're smart.
I'm going to come back with more difficult questions.
Okay. They don't have to be. I like
No,
feeling
no,
smart.
no,
Not
no,
today.
no.
I don't want any more. No, thank you.
Well,
Zach's tired.
we should see if our listeners knew the answers to all these questions, because maybe it doesn't matter if we know. Maybe it matters if they know.
They definitely don't.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, guys. We know you're so smart.
Wait, I got a question for you. What have I got in my pockets?
It's a ring. It's a
Shit.
ring forged.
Shit.
In the fires.
Yeah, gotcha. That's never going to work
Mordor.
again.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
Mhm.
Well, that's all we've got,
Yeah.
I guess. This has been answer for it.
This is our 6th episode.
Yeah.
6 episodes.
How do you say
let-
that in Spanish, James?
Says.
Wow, look at him. I didn't know that. Another piece of knowledge.
Did you
Yeah.
not know 6 was
No, I
seis?
just wanted you to
Okay.
say it.
All right, okay. I mean, it's fine. I always get seis and siete mixed up. In my brain, I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. Okay, 6.
Did you guys know that Answer for It is also a live show? that
Tell us about
happens
it,
at-
Zach.
Yeah, tell us
It
about it.
happens at Dynasty Typewriter, and I'm sure by the time this podcast comes up, there's another one coming up soon.
Yeah.
So make sure to go check that out. Do the live show at Dynasty Typewriter here in LA, but then you can also get tickets online for slightly less because you're watching in your own home. You're not taking up our space, so you get to pay less and just watch it while you do all the weird things you do in your home, you freaks.
Okay, well, it was very good for great
Yeah.
promo for a while there,
Okay.
and then it kind of went off. And if you enjoy the show, leave a rating somewhere, wherever you get your podcast. Tell a friend. If you don't enjoy the show, just stop listening.
Yeah.
Or-
don't leave like a 3-star
No, we
rating.
don't need the low reviews.
Don't leave us the rating where
No.
it's like, yeah, I'll listen if you guys improve.
No,
The
no.
show will not be improved.
No, we can't do anything to improve.
refuse.
This is it.
Bye.
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 Bye.